Hey guys, it's Crassus again with Upgrade Gaming. Today's video is going to be the first in a three-part series going over the Warlock class of World of Warcraft in patch 6.1. So I'll be covering all three specializations of the class and assuming that you already know the basics of the Warlock class. Today we'll be taking a look at Demonology. Demonology Warlocks are masters of demonic magic and can transform into a demon to compel the demonic powers to aid them. This is probably my favorite Warlock spec to play as it utilizes your demons to their max potential while also empowering you and will come with some very cool abilities. First and foremost, this spec, like all Warlock specs, has a special secondary resource, and for Demonology that is demonic power. So while in normal caster form you'll consume mana and generate demonic fury through the use of various abilities in your pet's attacks, once you've generated some demonic fury you can spend it transforming into a demon and using special demonic abilities. Your mastery as a Warlock will increase all damage you and your pets do and increase damage that you do in demon form. Let's have a look at the core abilities of the spec. Metamorphosis turns you into a demon and transforms 4 of your main abilities while in this form. While in demon form, all abilities consume demonic fury, whereas in caster form, all abilities generate demonic fury. Next is the passive ability called Wild Imps. Every 20 seconds, you'll gain a buff, causing your next Shadow Bolt, Soulfire, or Touch of Chaos to summon a Wild Imp. Each Wild Imp will cast 10 little firebolts, each generating 5 demonic fury and having an 8% chance to trigger the Molten Core passive, which reduces the cast time and mana cost of your next Soulfire by 50%. Corruption is one of your main damage over time abilities. It lasts for 18 seconds and generates 5 demonic fury every time it ticks. And transforms into Doom while in Metamorphosis. Doom lasts for 1 minute and ticks every 15 seconds and will summon a Wild Imp if it crits. Next we have Soulfire. This is a 4-second cast, hard-hitting spell that generates 30 demonic fury. It will always crit, and because of this, your critical hit chance just increases the damage of this ability even more. Shadow Bolt is a 2.5-second cast time and generates 25 demonic fury, and transforms into Touch of Chaos while in Metamorphosis. Touch of Chaos does a little less damage, but is an instant cast and refreshes your corruption. Next is Hand of Gul'dan. This is one of your most important abilities. It is an instant cast and does instant damage and damage over time in an area and generates 12 demonic fury per target over 6 seconds. This ability transforms into Chaos Wave while in Metamorphosis. Chaos Wave is a hard-hitting instant cast area effect ability that will also apply a 6-second slow for 50% on all targets it hits. Demonology has a unique pet available to them called the Felguard. This pet is a melee pet with a strong AoE Bladestorm attack and a 4-second single target stun. Now that we've got the abilities down, let's quickly glance at talents. Demonology has the same talents as all the other specs with the exception of 2, Grimoire of Synergy and Demon Bolt. Grimoire of Synergy uses your normal Felguard but allows you and your demon to synergize with each other and grant a 15% damage increase for 15 seconds on either target. Demon Bolt is a new ability that can only be used in demon form. It is a 2-second cast time and consumes demonic fury. Its damage and demonic fury cost increase every time you cast it. Your level 100 talents will vary on a per fight basis, but in Blackrock Foundry, most of the boss fights you'll be using Cataclysm. Cataclysm will always be a DPS increase if you can hit 2 or more targets on cooldown. Demonic Servitude with the Grimoire of Service talent are the current default talent choices for single target because of the nerfs to Demon Bolt. Demon Bolt is still a viable talent choice and still does great damage, however it drastically changes your playstyle and rotation and is very unforgiving for mistakes. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, let's break down the casting rotation and go over some tips and tricks. The first thing you're going to want to do is have a good opener. In a raid situation, your opener is very important as it can set the tone for the rest of the fight. You'll want to pre-pot and pre-cast a Soulfire or a Shadow Bolt. After that, cast your Doomguard, then cast Dark Soul Knowledge, then a Hand of Gul'dan, put up Corruption, Shadow Bolt, and another Hand of Gul'dan. And then you're going to go Demon form and cast any Molten Core procs you've gotten. You can easily tell if you have Molten Core procs by the big flame wings on either side of your character. I also use Tell Me When to track this buff. Once you have expended all your demonic fury, you will continue the rest of the fight with a normal priority base rotation that goes as follows. Dark Soul, make sure you use this at the beginning of the fight when you have any other proc up for periods of burst damage. Grimoire of Service, if you choose this talent, try to line this up with Dark Soul for insane burst potential. Cataclysm, if you choose it, always try to hit 2 or more targets with this. It will apply Corruption if you're in caster form, and Doom if you're in demon form. If you choose Demon Bolt, wait until you have at least 800 demonic fury. Cast 4 Demon Bolts with Dark Soul up, and repeat once the debuff has dropped. Doom you want to maintain at all times and all targets that will live for longer than 15 seconds. Corruption, maintain this at all times on all targets that will live for 6 seconds or more. Hand of Gul'dan, apply this once, and then apply it a second time just before the first dot runs out to get a double stack. Chaos Wave, if the target is going to be alive for less than 6 seconds, or if you need heavy burst damage. Soulfire, to spend your Demonic Fury in demon form, or if you're building excess stacks in caster form to prevent capping at 10 stacks. Try to save the stacks to use Dark Soul and demon form. And use Touch of Chaos if you're in demon form and have to refresh your corruption dot, or if you have to be on the move. And Shadow Bolt, spam this if all the previous criteria are met. And now, some tips I'd like to share with you. If you have to move out of something on the ground or to a new location, using Demonic Leap in caster form will transform you into a demon so you can continue to DPS while on the move with Touch of Chaos. When using Grimoire of Synergy, try to line up cooldowns when that effect procs for a huge damage boost. Using your Doomguard at the beginning of a fight is incredibly powerful because that's most likely when all of your trinkets will be proccing and you'll have the maximum DPS time. This has a few exceptions depending on the encounter, however, so use it wisely. When using Demonic Servitude and the Grimoire of Service, try to use the Service Doomguard when you have Dark Soul available for an extra boost to damage. Well, that concludes this guide. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more guides and tutorials to upgrade your gaming experience.